Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. Yes, 23rd. I want to make sure I got that right. I know I've been away for a while, but this is my first video I've shot since April because of the coronavirus and all the quarantines and stuff. So, I have lots and lots and lots of things to catch you up on. First of all, a lot of you had been asking how I'm doing with my physical therapy and everything. So, I have been working on my balance and core exercises like in the videos we posted a couple months ago. And also now I have this new thing called dystonia, where I kind of hunch over like this when I walk. So I look like a weird old person. So because of that, I started going on a medication called AUSTEDO. And anybody that knows about Huntington's disease will know that, yes, AUSTEDO is a medicine that's specifically FDA approved for Huntington's. It doesn't cure it or slow it down, but what it can do is help sort of tamp down the physical emotions that we have. And so, anyway, I didn't go on it before because I had retired from practicing law, and it can have a lot of side effects, including it can make you suicidal. And I didn't feel like I really needed to be able to, because basically I'm stuck in my house with my kids because of the pandemic, and anyway, there was really no reason why I needed to be able to not twitch, since mostly I'm not out in public and people aren't seeing me. But we were hoping that the AUSTEDO might help tamp down this dystonia, like I said, so when I'm hunched forward. So now I look like a old person. Oh, look at my dystonia. Oh, very sad guy with dystonia. Ha, just kidding. So anyway, then what happened was, and I'm kind of interested to see what you all, if anybody here has had an experience with this. I started doing what they call the taper. So yeah, when you take drugs like AUSTEDO, they send you a bunch of pills of varying doses, and you start off very small, and you take increasingly larger doses until you get to whatever your they call the therapeutic dose is. So I started off small. Check it out. Started small, and then was coming forward to anyway. Started off at a very smaller dose, and then I had what we thought might have been a side effect, which was one night I woke up in the middle of the night and felt like I had to pee really badly, but I didn't. In fact, my bladder was completely empty. And that went on for about a week. And as you can imagine, that was, it was hilariously funny because I was like, holy crap, I have to pee. And poor Dr. Emily was like, well, just try to relax. So anyway, one of the side effects, and AUSTEDO is one of those medicines that has like 200 side effects. So anyway, I had taken it to see what would happen. And then one of the side effects of AUSTEDO had to do with reduced urine output. So we were hoping that might be it. So I talked to Dr. Testa, who is my awesome neurologist in Richmond at VCU, and we agreed we should stop taking the AUSTEDO just in case that was the cause. So, like I said, I've got lots to catch you up on, because what happened then was I was also having some other problems because of the coronavirus and being stuck here in the house. I've been doing more things remotely, like talking to you guys, and I was unable to get videos posted because people were not available and things like that. And I'm, been stuck in the house. And I've been doing my physical therapy also remotely, which has been fun. And so lots of things by video. But then in June, I had my next big appointment with the trial team there, where I did two things. I had my final treatment and assessment visit for the Signal drug trial, which you guys might remember. That was the research drug trial I was in Richmond, where I took something called that was a monoclonal antibody to see if it would help slow down the Huntington's disease. And my very last visit was in June, and it was very uneventful. I just went in and they asked me a bunch of questions and poked me a little bit. Poke. And then we talked about the future. And one question a lot of you have had for me is, when will I find out if I got the medicine or the placebo? And I'll find out in probably September or October. And then I'll be eligible to participate in what's called an open label extension, where I can go to Richmond and get the drug for free. And that would last until the FDA approves the drug. So I haven't decided whether I want to do that part or not. But then that was an exciting thing. So then second thing that I wanted to talk about was, the second exciting thing that's been happening is I've been having all kinds of problems with constipation. So Sorry, Teddy's off to the side, cringing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about it, buddy. Right here. See? Hunching forward. Oh, no. Got my dystonia going. Oh, no, I don't. Now you see the dystonia. No, you don't. So anyway, they had and I want to know two things from you guys. First of all, I should have asked this part earlier. Sorry. I'm a little rusty, but has anybody that was taking AUSTEDO ever had any side effects like that or had difficulty peeing? Because if you have, I would like to hear your stories or some strange side effect. I will tell you that now I'm on a completely new drug that helps with that they're also hoping will help with some other things, that is called MAXIPIME, I think, which is it's very similar to RISPERDAL. And sorry, having some memory problems this morning. Don't worry about that. Pay no attention to the memory problems. I'm still here. And anyway, so I was having problems with, basically they decided that the urinary thing was what they call a somatic delusion. And I actually found a YouTube video where some Huntington's disease doctors were talking about how that's a real thing that can happen to people with Huntington's. So I'm on this new medicine, like I said, called RISPERDAL, where it helps tamp all that stuff down so I don't think I'm having sensations that I'm not, and also help me with my constipation. Now, I'm going to tell you a funny, I hope you find this story funny, because I was hoping that if I started having delusions because of Huntington's, that it would be things like, that I could fly, or that I was at a Grateful Dead concert, or, that I was in the Yellow Submarine or something like that. That would be fun, but I was not looking for having delusions like I had to pee all the time. That just seems kind of small, and I'm bitterly disappointed that they're not better hallucinations for everybody. The good news is the new medicine, the RISPERDAL, has helped with all of that. My mood is better. I am happier. I'm not sleeping all the time, and the anxiety is, I think, more under control than it was. Which then brings us to the constipation. Here's what happened, and I'm gonna tell you guys the story because I'm hoping that maybe there's somebody else. If you've had a similar problem, tell me what you did to kind of get it under control. Back in February, I fell. You guys might remember I had a video when I got the stitches in my eyebrow. I had what's called a vasovagal syncope, where I blacked out on the toilet, and you guys, and like I said, we had a video where we talked about that. I had boxing gloves on and all that stuff. Me against my floor in my bathroom. So what happened was I was in the bathroom, straining to poop, and I blacked out. So basically, from that point on, I started trying to get a handle on my constipation, because I had been constipated for a while, but it wasn't any. It just meant I spent longer in the bathroom than normal, but I wasn't having all these problems. Since then, it's taken on kind of a life of its own, gotten kind of crazy. And so I was, for a while, pooping, 4 or 5 times a day, all day, at various times. Sometimes I was only going twice. I used to just go once. And it was all kind of stressing me out and, making me a little annoyed. Because mostly, I, for some reason, convinced myself that I couldn't leave my house until I had completely sorted every day's pooping out. And some of it was probably kind of like the peeing, bad information in my head. So thankfully, though, basically, I started taking DULCOLAX, which is really good over-the-counter laxative, which softens up all my stools, which has been fantastic. And then I also have, I guess that's really it. I've also started taking a medicine called LINZESS. And if you guys want to talk about that, we can probably do another video at another time. That's a prescription medicine for irritable bowel syndrome. Yay! Which I've been taking to sort of help me cleanse everything out and push everything out. Because I am in fact constipated. I had x-rays taken 2 at Carilion, and we looked at them. And over the period from February to June, I had actually gotten worse, which I thought was amazing, because I felt like I was doing nothing but going to the bathroom. So fast forward to last week, I have to give a shout out to my amazing Dr. Robert Trustman and his amazing wife, Dr. Bonnie, who you met in a video from about a month ago when I interviewed her. They run the Huntington's disease clinic, and Dr. Tessman he is also the chair of the psychiatry department at Carilion Hospital here in Roanoke. And they're both amazing, compassionate people. And so he's the one who took me off my AUSTEDO, and at first he put me on a different medicine, and then the RISPERDAL, which I've been on, which has been tamping down the things like for example, I no longer feel like I have to pee when I don't. Yay! And I also anyway, and they've also been working with me because what we think has been happening is that, one of the maybe less charming symptoms of Huntington's is perseveration. And so what we think might have happened, and again, I would be very interested to hear if any of you guys have versions of this to talk about. Sorry, my phone just beeped. I just moved my phone away. That's right. Is it me? Am I leaning forward? Or is it my dystonia? No one can tell. Only her neurologist can tell. Just for men. Anyway, so what happened was, like I said, one of the, less charming and fun symptoms of Huntington's is what they call perseveration, which is like having obsessive personality episodes where you just can't stop thinking. And so basically what I did was I got all amped up about, having to go to the bathroom all the time. And I sort of convinced myself that I have to go probably twice as much as I do. And so they've been working with me. And like I said, the new medicine I'm on, I think, seems to also be helping tamp all that down. But I would like to know, anybody out there, particularly if you have Huntington's, yes, have you had problems with stuff happening? Have you had problems with the perseverative? I always thought perseveration was like sticky thoughts. And anyway, I was just wondering, has anybody else had any issues with their perseveration causing physical problems, like intestinal issues or something, where you basically psych yourself into having problems that aren't really there? I would be very interested to hear anybody's stories. And then now, last item. The other thing I've been doing, I did find out that constipation, there's a group actually of people at UC Davis, the good folks at UC Davis, who take care of, not film, sorry. Getting a little tired here, but it's going to be good. We're going to be rocking and rolling. Anyway, they have a thing, the UC Davis, where they have a clinic, special constipation clinic just for HD people. So apparently this is not, I'm not the only one who has the problem. And so that was a relief. I know just knowing that other people have the same problem doesn't necessarily mean the problem is going to go away any easier. But I was excited to find out that I was not alone. and like I said, I got to give a huge shout out to Dr. Bonnie, who was here before being interviewed, and Dr. Robert Tessman for helping me run that down. So that should be good stuff. And so now that I am back, I've got a cool new microphone. So hopefully that's helping the sound a little more. But let me know what you want to talk about, because now I've got some help from Adam and Teddy. And of course, Adam and Amber, who are still around, helping me out with editing everything down. So if there's anything you want to share, leave me comments, hit like and subscribe to the comments also if you like what you saw. And I guess that's it. Thank you. Okay, that's all for me this week. If you like what you saw, please click like below there. Liking it. Also, please subscribe to my channel, forward it to your friends, heck, forward it to your enemies at these prices. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them below. Thanks.